Okay, so here's how you're going to put your cartoon or comic together on one sheet of paper. So you're going to get your picture, like I've got a picture here, and then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to make this picture into a comic. So here I've got my comical book action. So I hit play and it goes into its doohickey, and it's going to run down here and make my picture into a comic. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting some more. Okay, so here's my picture. Now I'm going to go Command 0 to blow it up. And I see that I've actually got my, oh great. There we go. And so I've got my picture all blown up like this. And now I'm going to get it ready to put into a panel there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File and go to New. So I'm going to make a new page, and I'm going to change this to inches, and I'm going to make it like the regular size of a piece of typing paper, something like that. So the width is 8.5 inches. The height is 11 inches. My resolution, I'm going to go to 200. That's what you would do for something to print. And I'm going to call this comic book page. And then I say OK. So now here's my comic book page. Now in order to get my comic on there, I'm going to move this to the side a little bit so that I can see my comic book page here, and I can see my comic here. So I'm going to make this a little smaller by going View and Zoom Out. And if you'll notice, I go View and Zoom Out. The Zoom Out is Command minus. So I'm going to hold the Command key down and go minus, minus, so it gets it down a little bit. Now the easiest way to do this is to save it as a JPEG, but you can also go Layer and Flatten Image. And that will allow me to flatten it all down to one thing. And I'm going to drag it right off here and drop it onto my page. So now I've got my first panel. Now if that's too big, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Edit, Transform, Scale, or shortcut is to hold the Command key down and hit T, and you get these handles here. So it's either Edit, Transform, Scale, or Command T. Then holding the Shift key down, I can push this in, or I can pull it out to make it bigger or smaller, like that. So I'm going to make it about that size right there, move it up into a corner, and double click, and now I have my first panel. And then I'll add each panel to the page just like that. So again, I go to my image here. Let me unflatten it so I can show you there. So it's all these layers like this. And then I go Layer, Flatten Image. And then I can take and move this onto the page. And then go Command T, and I can make it larger or smaller. So let's make it like this. And obviously I wouldn't use the same picture twice, but you get the idea. So there's how you make comic panels. Okay?